Thank you. I'm Raymond Hale from the Diabetes UK. Mr. Samuel, I'm very impressed with your strategic plan, but I'm also very disappointed. And I have to say why I'm disappointed is because there's absolutely no mention of the use of the voluntary sector. Now, for ages, the voluntary sector has been, it's been recognised by the NHS that people with a long-term condition become experts in their self-management. And particularly with diabetes, but there are other conditions too, where self-management is absolutely critical to making sure that they manage the condition and do not develop the long-term costing, expensive problems that can arise. And I feel very disappointed that you haven't been able to bring this in, because I have to tell you lots of things, if I may, which are relevant here. So first of all, the NHS Forward View 2015 did recognise that we are the experts, not trying to criticise doctors and GPs or nurses. It's just at the end of the day, we have to manage ourselves. The next thing is that there are many very well developed voluntary groups in this area, health related. Most of them attend the health forum every 2 or 3 months. So we've got a very active group of volunteers in this area who could help. Now, very kindly, Dr. Paul Howden came to a meeting of a diabetes group in the autumn, and he invited us to tell him, or CCG, of any ways in which we felt we might be able to suggest services might be changed. Because I believe the recognition was that some surgeries do things one way, some surgeries do things another way. Now, we've actually developed that. We've done a big survey, and I'm just working on a report now to try and help you to understand where we feel you might be able to help people with diabetes, and therefore, in the long term, reduce the 10% of the total NHS cost, which is allocated to diabetes. Because the costs arise not quite so much from stopping people getting diabetes, but that's fully respected, but particularly from management, bad management. And if people don't have the education and training to look after themselves, and I'm afraid there are an awful lot of people who are still not getting that education and training, or if they don't have the information they need from their surgeries, and while many surgeries are excellent, there's no question, one or two just don't seem to want to bother to give people their information about their blood pressure, their targets and so on at their annual reviews. I don't understand this. Anyway, what I'm saying is we're trying to help, and I would be very grateful if you would recognise that there is a lot of potential in the voluntary sector, not through standard contracts like Age UK running care homes or something, whatever it does, which I fully respect, but not through contracts, but through making use by collaboration in some way with the voluntary sector. Now, having said all that, I would say one final thing. I recognise that if you are going to try and make use of us, then you would expect certain standards to be maintained. People must not be given inappropriate medical advice. Now, there is what's used at the moment called the Got It Right Award, which the voluntary sector operate. It doesn't at the moment address peer support from health groups. I think with modification of that award, we could establish something that you would be satisfied should be usable to help you manage the costs and help people meet the targets that you set up for the STP. Thank you very much.
And thank you. We absolutely agree that your colleagues have got a vital role to play. Certainly the care navigators, the signposters are very useful enabling that service. I think where you see them placed, maybe one of the reasons it's not in this is an overarching over the whole entire system. I think where you're going to be really embedded is in the localities, so in the MCPs, but absolutely you are at the heart of it.